Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 1 of the In Living China podcast. My name is Luke Dornbush, and this is a podcast where we talk about our experiences in China to share the inspiration to travel the world and just go see something. Today I'm joined here with my friend Mike, who works at D1 nightclub in Beijing. What's up, man?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
Doing good. You sound good. How's the Beijing nightlife treating you?
It's pretty good. Impressive.
It can't... Come on. It's the Beijing nightlife. Mike's been working at D1 for, 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years already.
3 years, man. What do you think,
I told you, it's impressive. I like it.
It's impressive? What?
Yeah.
Dude, I worked there for, you remember when I worked there, January to, March, right? Yeah. And I worked there for a few months. And the Beijing nightlife is probably the most insane nightlife I've seen. I've seen Korean nightlife, I've partied in Thailand, and I've been to, some bars in Japan, and, Beijing's by far the strangest.
No doubt.
So, at the clubs here in Beijing, they have this thing where it's, the big draw to bring people into the clubs is, free drinks.
Yeah.
Free drinks is the big thing.
Only in China.
Only
That's
in
really...
China. And all of my friends, they're like, what's the nightlife like? I'm like, dude, fucking free drinks every club. No way, you're fucking lying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you gotta see it yourself. And then there's been a few friends that have come here, and they were like, holy shit, he is not kidding.
That's what everybody loves,
But how does
free drinks and free table, and drinks are unlimited. That's what I like,
That is a good thing and a bad thing. It's
yeah.
Dude, you know how many alcoholics that Beijing has brought? Just because
especially foreigners, right?
Dude, I've seen so many people get total shit faced, and because when I worked there, people fell asleep there, and people.
I am one
time.
of them, really.
Dude,
I can tell that I'm fucking alcoholic since I came Beijing, really.
There was one time before I started working there that I was passed out asleep, and then the cleaning lady just poked me, and she's like, "Hey, get out of here!" But in every club is the same. So how does the club make money?
They're making money on Chinese people.
So I know, and it's for foreigners only.
Yeah.
Right, it's for
free
foreigners.
drinks are only for foreigners.
Yeah.
But there is one option for the Chinese too. I mean, for the students.
Yeah.
Or some beautiful girls. I don't know, for some groups.
Well, it's all about the look.
At the beginning of the night,
yeah.
If the club don't have people, they're just inviting that kind of people. I mean, beautiful girls and guys, They're inviting them and giving them some free drinks just to make the dance floor full.
Right, because it's all about image, right?
Yeah.
And it's all about image. And, it's crazy because 3-year-olds and really drunk people are super similar. I remember when I was clearing the VIP table for the foreign guests, and there was these two guys literally about to get in a fist fight over a cup of, fourth of a cup of vodka spilled on the floor. It was something like that. But I was like, hey, no fighting. I'll put you both in timeout. Dude, I can't understand. It was 3 months and enough was enough.
I'm watching this every night, man. 3 years, every fucking night, I watch some bullshit. And especially this bullshit happens because of foreigners. Really, I can tell you this.
You gotta be... It has been fun, though. You can't...
Yeah, it is. It's funny, Sometimes happens some shit, for no reason. As you told, for just half glass of vodka and some
exactly.
shit. Yeah, that happens because of free drinks. They cannot... I don't know how to even say this. They cannot stay on it. They just want this,
Yeah.
Dude, that's interesting, really.
The thing that's crazy to me is there's a club called 1/3 which opened up last year?
Yeah, in October.
It was massive. It's the biggest space in the club area, Gongti, around the soccer stadium. First of all, that's the fucking most insane design plan I've ever seen. Have a soccer stadium and then all the clubs around them, right?
Yeah.
It's so crazy because during the day there's people that bring their kids and families to go see a soccer game, and they're leaving, and all these these drunkards are walking to the club. Let's get trash. I mean,
I told you so many things can happen only in China and only in Beijing, and this one of it,
Right, 1/3. Before 1/3, all the clubs there is D1, 13, 1/3. Mix, Vix.
Latte is open
Yeah,
now.
Latte is back open. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the biggest one of all is 1/3.
Yeah.
And like 1/3 is massive. It's got 2 floors. It's like always packed with people.
Yeah.
And but like, was Gong Tea different before 1/3 and different after?
Yes.
Because I remember going to D1 even before 1/3 opened up, and it was
Yeah.
pretty packed. And then like going there after, it was a ghost town.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
I can see even the I don't know. Even people are different now. You know, they're changed. Before 1/3, I can see like kind of people older than 30. You know,
Yeah.
I can see them much more.
Well,
But now, since 1/3 is open, I can see young people, you know, with rich families and rich kids. You know, they're just having fun and like.
that's where all the Furodai go.
Yeah,
the
pretentious people.
Yeah,
you know? Oh my
Furodai are
god.
like they're like kids of rich people, like rich businessmen and stuff. You always see them like pull up in Bugattis and shit.
Yeah.
Did you see that Peppa Pig Lamborghini?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've even seen the Peppa Pig Rolls Royce.
Oh, Jesus. But like D1, it kind of does this to itself because it doesn't bring in these top DJs, right?
It's all about how the club makes money.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right, but like 1/3 has like Armin van Buren and Martin Garrix and stuff, and like and I think it's hard for D1 to like catch up and keep up. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
I know that it has its own customers, like you said, older people like
Yeah.
35. People kind of get away from all the crazy clubs because D1's never really packed. On the weekends, it does get packed sometimes. Like on the weekends, and it depends on if there is an event. Like you had the
Yeah.
event with like the girls that like danced or whatever.
Well,
What was it called? Like the
you
Pink
know
Show or
what I
something?
like in Beijing, like there is one club for every mankind. You know, I mean 1/3 is for young people. 13 is for even more pretentious than 1/3 customers. You know,
Yeah, and then like
13
Mix and
is
Vix are hip hop clubs.
yeah.
And then Latte is
Latte and D1 they are pretty similar. You know.
Yeah, well now have you been inside the new Latte?
No,
It looks
I
just like a mini 1/3.
really.
Yeah, it looks like if 1/3 was one floor.
Uh, what about the dance floor? They
It's-
had a latte.
It's
gone?
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's gone. Yeah, it's crazy. Latte was the steampunk club that was like super dope. It had like pipes everywhere.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And it's actually crazy because one of my friends got thrown off a table.
Oh.
Dude, this shit was crazy. It was me and my good friend Kim. Shout out Kim, what's up? She was like a little sister to me. You remember Kim, right?
Yeah.
And Kim and I were like super shitty drunk at like 3 a.m. and like she's like, I want to go to the Latte. This is before it closed, right? And so we go to Latte, little like 5-foot Australian Kim. Let's go Latte. I'm fucking fucked up. Anyways, and we go there, and I'm like, fine, like everything's closing. This is like 5 a.m. You walk in, and like everyone, like the waitresses are like chilling on their phones and like waiting to like go home.
Yeah.
And so how it worked, there was like a bunch of small tables around this dance floor, right? And
Yeah.
the dance floor is super small.
Yeah.
It wasn't, you could fit maybe 20 people in their tops.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and there was like 3 drunk guys and Kim that like were on the stage, and Kim was just being Kim at like 5 a.m. Kim, she loves to like
I
dance.
love it, bro.
It's great. That's what makes Kim Kim, right?
Yeah.
But she was dancing, and this Chinese guy tried to dance with her, and she like put her hands up in an X, like, I don't want to dance with you, like leave me alone. And then like he shoved her or something. I got up on the stage and tried to get involved, but I slipped on a pile because it's like 5 a.m. So like everything on the dance floor is like puke and sweat and like
Yeah.
vodka, and like I slip, and all I see when I turn around is Kim flying off of the dance floor and like slamming into a table, and then like this guy coming after her. Yeah, it was nuts. And so I don't know what they did to that guy. They must have like injected him with something because he was like trying to beat her, and then like something happened, and then out. You just
Whoa.
saw him like propped up in the stairs like this, like just passed out.
Whoa.
Have you had any crazy thing like that happen in D1?
One shit happened recently. The guy from South Africa, I think. Yeah, I think he's from South Africa. The guy came to D1. He was totally wasted. Really. And he get the cup He poured to the cup a glass of champagne, and he went to the toilet. After that, Chinese PRs, I mean, 销售, they are sending me video how this guy peeing into that glass and drinking it.
Are you serious?
Man,
Whoa!
dude,
You gotta be, dude. It doesn't surprise me,
dude.
It doesn't, but it's
But
terrifying.
but at that time, I was so shocked, and I was like, "Who the fuck are you? I mean, what should happen in your life that makes you so get fuck? Oh my god,
Dude, we've been
dude.
like watching these videos lately. Me and like my friends and everybody when we hang out. I'm on this weird like tangent. I'm watching all these My Strange Addiction videos.
What?
You've never heard of this?
No.
My Strange Addiction, and it's like it's a real thing, like a real documentary, and like these, like there's some lady who chews dirty diapers, and there's
Oh.
a lady who like eats rocks.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it's like it's insane. So to hear something like that is really
Why
funny
you watch that?
because, dude, it's fascinating to me. I don't know. It's just fascinating.
Oh god, man.
It's weird. I don't know. It just makes me feel more sane. I think it's like super interesting though. Anyways, like I can't believe that you actually saw that because one of the episodes of My Strange Addictions is drinking her own pee. And she's addicted to drinking her own pee. And then she's like, I don't eat asparagus anymore because it makes my pee taste bad. So, well, no shit. You shouldn't be drinking pee anyways. And, like, but, I mean, remember that guy, Bear Grylls? The one who was, like, the adventure guy. There was this guy named Bear Grylls, and he, like, peed in a snake skin, and, like, he drank it out of survival. But that's, like, survival, though. That's a little bit different. This is a guy drunk at a club in Beijing and just peeing in a cup.
Yeah.
Like... What part of your life do you find that as like? I've been really drunk at D1, like I've been blackout drunk in D1, but never ever have I thought it was a good idea to take a glass that's been consumed, like touched and like drank out of like a million times,
Yeah.
and go and just rub my junk on it and just go pee on it. Like, but that's probably got to be like the least like what? Don't you guys have any like? Didn't you have any like crazy like violent stuff? Like I can imagine there's like people beating each other with beer bottles because you know how a lot of people here they're itching to fight.
Yeah.
Like it always happens, right? There's this bar called Heaven Supermarket that's like it's like two like buildings down from D1.
Yeah.
Anyways, and it's a dope bar. It's usually the pregame bar because it's got all kinds of IPAs. There's like peanut butter beer, like all kinds of crazy shit.
Anything you want.
Yeah, anything you want. They've got a wall of beer, and they have pretty decent food.
Yeah.
Except the time that one of my friends threw pizza at a car.
I still remember that pizza, dude. That was dope.
Oh man! Oh, this was the World Cup night.
Yeah.
This
we
is
were
the World
watching
Cup
the
night.
game.
So Heaven is this huge bar, and me and my buddy Taylor. What's up, Tay? We we were drinking, and then we ran into you.
Yeah.
And then after you got off work, you're like, "Hey, let's go to watch the game." And then we did. We were like eating pizza. Then you're like, "My girlfriend's called. Gotta go, guys." And we were like just mega trash. And Taylor decides to try to throw pizza or something. Yeah, but like stories like that is what kind of makes China special. That's like I think everyone has like insane stories like that, or everybody like even traveling abroad.
Yeah.
Right, like traveling abroad. Like there's a lot of my friends who are still in my hometown or whatever. They bars in America, bars usually close around like 1 or 2. Like last call's around 2, right?
Yeah.
And so everyone's like, "Oh, time to go home. It's a house party, I guess now." And to me, it just doesn't like I don't understand it. Like I have to be out till the sun is up. Like every time I have to just be out till the sun is up. Do you think that the Beijing nightlife is ever gonna change? Because like it did change a lot. Because Bar Street is gone.
Yeah, and I think maybe next year, all the clubs in Beijing and Gongti area, they will shut down the international department.
Why?
Because they don't need foreigners anymore. They don't need them. Foreigners are just coming and getting free drinks and that's it. They're just getting crazy after that even,
Well,
They're
yeah,
making so many problems to them.
Well, the whole concept of how you like to get guests is like is insane to me, right? It doesn't matter like, and that's the problem with working in like a nightclub. Doesn't matter how hard you work, all about the people.
Yeah.
It's all about the people.
And you know, before they made this, cause of the, i- mm, I don't know, to impress the other people.
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
it
before foreigners were like, exclusive or something. But
right.
now,
Yeah,
they don't give a
everyone knows
fuck.
about. Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
knows about it. Oh, go to D1, get what do you guys have to drink? It's like beer, vodka, whiskey, tequila. You just added tequila,
Yeah.
which I'm so happy I quit working there after you got tequila because I can't drink fucking tequila. I will throw up every time,
Me either.
and I'm not going to say it on this episode, but eventually I will get into why I cannot drink tequila. You know the story.
Yeah. Me
But
either, man.
But yeah, and that's like the crazy thing. Working at the club is just like every night, friends don't understand that you're doing this every single night because you go like and see them like maybe you go to the club and by the way, the clubs are open all week.
Yeah.
Monday through Sunday,
Yeah.
right? It's open all week, and depending on what night you go, depending on how big the crowd is. But yeah, your friends don't really understand because they see you like once a week or twice a week when they go out, but you're doing this every single night, and like I can just imagine, like I've done it. They made my friends like, hey bro, what's up? And I'm like, you just 5 feet backwards, tearing it down to a 5, thank you. And you're just like super hungover because the last 3 nights you've been getting trashed.
Yeah.
Because the guests that are on your guest list want to drink with you. Dude, I learned all the tricks, man. I had to. I used to have like 2 cups, one with orange juice and vodka, and one with orange juice. People try to cheers me, and then they get so trashed and switch it around. So I just drink orange juice, and they'd never notice the difference.
Yeah.
Dude, and I can't just. They don't really understand. What do you think? Do you have a lot of friends who come up to you during the week and like really understand what you're doing?
Yeah. During these 3 years. Now I have. Before, all of my friends would keep talking to me. Man, why you do this? Why you need
Dude,
this? Blah, blah.
And like
How you can party every night? I'm just fucking working there,
exactly
man.
on the outside, everything looks awesome.
Yeah.
Free drinks every night. You get to party. There's gonna be beautiful women. There's
Yeah,
gonna
and
be
our
some
DJ
guys.
Oshawa, what's up, Oshawa?
Yeah, what's up, Oshawa? And yeah, dude, DJ Oshawa, one of the hottest DJs in the city.
Yeah.
He's gonna be on the show eventually, but they just don't understand.
Yeah. They don't even realize that it's just work. I'm just working there. I mean, come on, man. I'm inviting you for some free drinks. Please respect my word.
Come here and let me get you fucked up.
Yeah, you motherfucker. I'm giving you that drinks, isn't it? God.
I remember there was one insane night and where like there's things that have gotten out of hand. There was one night where this guy like I think you were still here. I don't remember. This was right before the whole thing happened with Johnny.
Ooh, what happened?
This happened the whole thing where that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another story we'll get into.
Yeah.
So, do you want to talk about that?
Let's not. Come on. What's up, Johnny?
All right. Anyways, before that whole thing happened, Johnny's like one of the big bosses at
Yeah.
D1.
He's my boss, by the way.
Nothing bad happened. Love you, Johnny. But before his situation, there was some Russian. I think it was a Russian guy or somebody who got like really drunk. And he was like, no, it was the girl that got really drunk. That's what it was. Because this guy kept running up to me and was like, he kept saying shit to me in Russian. And like, what little Russian I knew, I was like, dude, I don't speak any Russian. I don't know what to tell you.
You don't need to, man.
And so then I think one of the other guys was there. And they came over and they spoke Russian. And the girl came over to me and she was like speaking in Chinese. And she's like, I'm just so drunk. I'm just, I don't care. It's like, what do you want me to do? And like, what really pisses me off about working there is just because like one foreigner screws up, that means it's all your fault.
Yeah.
Like if one foreigner screws up, or if they're peeing in cups, or if they're starting in fights, then me, you, and any other foreign person on staff has got to answer to it.
Yeah.
And that like, the guy, like one of the bouncers was like, you have to pay for these 2 glasses that this girl broke.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's 200 RMB, which is like $40. I was like, dude, I'm not paying for that. Like, dude, it's like 4 a.m. I'm tired. Like, I want to go home. Oh, you can't leave until you pay for it. That's what he pretty much was saying.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, what am I supposed to do? And they finally got that girl to pay for it. Anyways, out comes Johnny, and then just like just hell breaks loose, right? Johnny was like just fed up with it, and he was like, "You better pay this, or I'm calling the police!" And like he just like yelling. That's like the DJ, like the last DJ of the night. And he like even turned on the music. He was like, "Ooh." Like that. Yeah, it was. I've had so many like weird nights like that where you think you go in every night thinking, oh gosh, I can't wait for this to be over. Sometimes like sometimes it's really fun. Like it is really, really at the core of it, it's really, really, really fun to work at a club. But there always is like tons of negatives. There's a lot of pros too, but tons of negatives.
You can't even imagine
how many people try to ask you for jobs.
Happen. What?
How many people try to ask you for jobs?
Since I became manager, too many people.
Oh, it's super funny because like I'll scroll through my my WeChat moments, and I'll scroll through and I'll see it. It's like, "Oh, I'm working at Club Mix or whatever." I'm like, "Oh, another one." They got him. I do like Mix though. I like the design of it.
Yeah, but about Mix, the club is pretty good, but
it's like huge.
The style, hip hop is not for me. Yeah. So that's why I'm not going there.
Yeah, what do you? Yeah, I mean, and there's also a Lantern.
Oh, dude, come on. Let's not talk about this, God.
Lantern looks like like when you walk down, it looks like you're entering hell.
Yes.
Like it's crazy.
Definitely.
When there's this
and the DJ is fucking Satan, man, really.
Yeah. It's like this super super deep house music, right?
Yes.
And like the top is like a trailer. I don't know what it is. And then you walk down these stairs like into the ground, and like there's like red smoke everywhere, like cobwebs, and it's like you're entering purgatory, man. You go down there and everyone's just all fucked up. I mean, it's all right for what it is. It's not really my scene either. Like I like doing the after party at 1/3 because it's more like EDM and it's like more fun to be around. Like, Lantern is just too deep for me. Like, I just can't.
During these 3 years of working in club, I hate after parties. I hate even all the clubs, dude. You can't even imagine. We are just finishing the work at 3:30, right? And after 3, that half an hour, dude, oh my God. I'm waiting for this so long and so much. I just want to go home, eat something, take a shower, and that's it.
Yeah, man. Like, but every single night's an after party. And this is what I was going back to what I was saying. Like, your friends don't really understand because, like, oh, we're going to go party, and then we'll see you at 3:30. Yeah. And then they're all, like, fucking tore up, shit-faced. And then they're like, yo, bro, we got to go to 1/3.
Yeah.
It's 1/3 or Mix is the only two, or Lantern.
Yeah.
Because Lantern's open to, like, what, 7, 8 or something? That's like the latest club open, I think.
Yeah.
Between that or, that one. And,
but Lantern is working only on weekends,
yeah,
Friday and Saturday.
That is true. And, like, special events, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Lantern is, like, a terrifying place to be. I mean, it's super cool, but you can't really see anything.
Yeah.
It's like super dark and
if you want to go to Lantern, you should be fucking wasted.
Oh yeah, that's totally like I always like check myself before I go. I'm like, am I that trash to go to Lantern right now? And if I'm just like then go to Lantern, but if not, it's like, all right, I can see the sun peeking over the buildings. I need to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Bar Street. You remember Bar Street?
On Stanley Tune?
Yeah. So Stanley Tune is
but
like is the big shopping area. It's got like the Uniqlo. It's got Starbucks. It's got the Adidas store. Like it's got everything you can think of. And,
you mean Taikuli?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, Taikuli, that area. It was crazy because like my mom like came here, and I love you, Mom. My mom came to visit. And I took her out shopping, and we got Starbucks, and we had like, she's like, I didn't know Chinese people like to shop this much. I was like, you for real? Like that's all like Chinese people are like obsessed with this whole fashion thing, especially like being right next to Korea, and just like Korean fashion like influencing like China like hardcore.
Yeah.
Like you'll see.
It's really big.
Yeah. Like all the girls like try to do plastic surgery on their face, and all the guys try to have like the new Korean like BTS Big Bang hip hop swag.
Dude, come on. That Korean drama.
That's
teenage dramas. God.
You don't like G-Dragon?
I don't even know them, man. I hate it. Come on.
You know, like, dude, I love G-Dragon.
Hollywood.
My coupe de time.
No, Hollywood.
Dude,
only and only.
Oh, come on, Mike. The second you get home, you like check out your window to see if nobody's listening. You pop it. Dude, why is it like so popular though?
It's popular in China.
Yeah, what? But like, why? Like, how did Korean fashion get so popular that it's like overtaken like all of Asia?
Maybe it's mental?
Like, I have, but it's even
Because
like
of the mental similarities of Chinese and Korean?
I have no idea. But it's like I remember going. Oh,
Because you
remember?
cannot see that much influence of Korean culture in America, right?
Yeah, unless you go to like
Yeah.
New York or California or
Yeah.
something like Koreatown.
Yeah.
But like even like Americans are starting to pay attention to Korea because BTS was like a huge thing. Remember that?
What
that,
is it?
The it's like a boy band group, like Korean Backstreet Boys.
Oh.
But it's like they did that BTS song, that Stevie Aoki remix, the mic drop one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they did that. It was crazy because I was at Club 13, which is another club here. The night he debuted that song, Stevie Aoki, he was playing at 13, and I was like top 5 drunk, like annihilated, and then I just see this Stevie Aoki, this handsome Japanese boy up there throwing cakes everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Get cakes." I'm like, okay. But a lot of the clubs here, dude, they do have a lot of like popular DJs though.
Yeah.
They do, like the whole Ultra thing that happened. Like Ultra came, like what happened exactly with Ultra? Like it rained out, right?
Yeah, because of the weather, they canceled it, and just
Yeah.
Ultra was.
So they had an Ultra Beijing plane that got rained out. So
Yeah, take over to the clubs.
so and like they, instead of refunding all that money for all these tickets, they just said we'll put all of, which was actually horrible because you only had certain DJs at certain clubs and certain
Yeah.
DJs at the other, and the lines were like super hectic that night.
Yeah.
Not gonna drop any names, but I got hooked up with the VIP pass for Ultra. And so, but even going from like 1/3 to like 13, which they're like right next door to each other, just about.
Yeah.
You would like security was everywhere. You had to like wait in line like way outside of the door, and 13's got a pretty big door.
Yeah. But you know what I can tell you about Ultra? They didn't take back that money
Well, because they
that
let
they
people.
spent, to the DJs and to the organizing of all this shit. They didn't.
Yeah, but
Because it's clubs, dude. It's not open air.
you don't think? I guess you're right. What confuses me though is like a lot of the clubs here play the same music every night. The same music. I don't know if that's like I don't know if the DJ if he can help it or not. Cause like I know I know.
I know only Oshawa changing the music. Really. Because I've been to 1/3, 13, mix and wicks and elements even. Only Oshawa is changing the music every night.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
don't know where's he getting this music, but he is. He's changing really.
well, I mean, it's good. Oshawa's a fantastic DJ, but like even him, he has pressure from the club manager. Oh, Despacito is a big song right now, so you have to play this.
Yeah.
Or what was the other one? I'm in love with the shape of you. The Ed Sheeran one.
Now they are playing music from Douyin.
Oh,
Dude.
Oh,
Dude, you can't even
dude.
imagine all the time when the Oshawa plays that music from Douyin. Chinese girls are
What do you
getting
mean
totally
music?
wet.
So, what do you mean music?
Uh,
Is it like one of the sample songs? Like Douyin is pretty much like Chinese Vine.
yeah, you know that music. They are making videos to the video games.
Yeah.
Do you know that music?
Yeah. I think you're just
They're
talking
playing
about
that shit now.
Oh, like the Tetris. Like I remember somebody was playing Tetris. Tetris.
Not
the game?
Tetris.
They were like doing a EDM version of Tetris.
No. It called Pats or Browns. It's not. The music from
But-
Douyin. It's like when they are playing video games, they're making wines, like kinda for the Douyin.
Okay. Interesting. Like I wonder how much control the DJ has over his set. Because I know like the big bosses are gonna like take a look at the set. Like, okay, do they compare with like a list of hot songs? Like, okay, DJ Mike, you can play. You have 10 songs on your set, or however long your set is, and you need to play 5 hit songs.
That kind of pressure they have only on Chinese DJs.
Oh.
If you're a foreigner, you don't have that much pressure, really. You can
Okay.
play what do you want to play, but sometimes they can tell you, fuck up, don't play.
I mean, and they play either like super, like EDM or like even like old. They play like 1 or 2 Dr. Dre songs all the time. I
Uh,
don't know, for some reason, Still Dre is like a
Recently, Oshawa told me that D1 is a mainstream club, right?
yeah.
And he was playing at the end of his set at 3 at night. He played just one techno song, and his boss was fucking his mind because of that one techno song. I don't know
Like
what
this is
they're
a
thinking
D1?
about.
Well, like what do you mean? Like he couldn't play it?
No, his boss was just telling him it's mainstream club.
Oh,
You
you need
don't
to
need
play
to play.
more. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So he was playing songs that maybe people don't necessarily know.
yeah.
He wasn't
But
playing
but
like stuff like Despacito.
I was watching it. People were really enjoying the techno because they were fucked up, and it was 3 at night. Yeah, techno was pretty good at that time.
And I mean, I enjoy the music at the club. It's like club music, right?
Yeah.
Like there's like it doesn't matter if it's like EDM, hip hop, whatever. There's fun club music. Like what's that guy? Lil Pump. He's got the Gucci Gang. Like all that.
Oh,
Like that's a fun club music. It's just like fun.
now
to take
they
shots
got
to.
Kiki. Do you love
Oh,
me?
that
Oh
Drake song?
fuck, dude.
Does not surprise me. Does not. They still play. You gotta get a
They're
show.
making even challenges on it. You know?
What? Oh yeah, dude. Those are nuts. The ones where they're jumping out of the car.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I'm not.
Please don't do that.
Dude.
No, to anyone who's listening, please do not jump out of your car and try to dance.
Yeah, please don't do it. I've seen on YouTube so many deaths on it. Yeah, please, people, don't do it.
Did that start on Douyin or like where did it start?
On that challenge, they are just
Oh yeah, so like this
getting off the
challenge-
car, and the other car
Yeah.
hits them.
Oh yeah, so this challenge is like that song "In My Feelings" by Drake, right? And they jump
Yeah.
out of the car and leave it and drive, so it's still moving.
Yeah,
And they're like trying to dance and like walk along with the camera that it's in their driver's seat.
yeah,
And that's just so dangerous. I'm like, oh my god.
that's so stupid.
But like, it doesn't surprise me though. I mean, do you see any like Chinese people trying to jump onto this? I haven't
Not
seen
yet,
any. I
not
haven't seen
yet,
any.
but they will do this.
You think they would? I don't know. Like Douyin, I think I've seen it all.
Really?
Like, no, I mean, I haven't seen that, but I've seen what the extent of like what Chinese like entertainers do. It's always like Douyin is like all you have to be, and it sucks. It's like I'm on Douyin, and it's like hard to like make unique videos, because you can make the most unique video in the world, but if you're not attractive, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like if you're not, nobody cares. If you're not a handsome dude with a 6-pack, or you're not a gorgeous girl,
Yeah.
then everyone's next. I've seen.
Or at least you should be funny.
Oh yeah, funny, and that's what I try to do. I try to be funny, but I think I think it works out all right. Do you think that there is any sort of mafia involvement in the clubs? Because like I've
Mafia, really?
I don't think so.
Me too.
I don't think so, because like there's a lot of people who are like, oh, that shit's ran by the mafia, and this is like I don't know.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I've seen people trying to look like mafia, with that tattoos,
Oh yeah.
with that T-shirts and on the flower.
Who's
yeah.
that guy with the ponytail that always comes? Yeah, he's got like a tattoo, and he's got a ponytail. When I first saw him, he was like pissed, like sitting at the VIP table. I was like, "Oh, that guy looks like a G. Like he's gonna kill me." He go, "Hey, Luca. Hey, let's have a drink." I'm like, "Oh, this guy's just a big softie."
Yeah.
Like I've never, and that's a crazy thing. Like I've never felt really put in danger, like even working at a club or like even being in a club. I really even felt like I was in danger.
Me too.
Because you see, like in America and stuff, there's like people get stabbed in a nightclub, or like remember the massacre in Orlando? It happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, like stuff like that happens.
Or Las Vegas.
Yeah, or Las Vegas, exactly.
Yeah.
But like in Beijing, I really haven't. Like Beijing's really a relatively safe city.
It's all about mental,
Yeah, that's true.
It's all about Chinese culture. They are more calm,
Yeah, and it's crazy because I've been to China and Japan, and Japan has a very fast-paced culture. Like everyone asks me, what's cooler, China or Japan? I say, well, they're both cool in their own rights. I don't put anyone higher than the other.
Yeah.
I think like Japanese noodles are better than Chinese noodles, but I love Chinese barbecue more than Japanese barbecue.
Yeah.
And their culture's so fast paced, but there's like no room for error. And I think that's why there's a lot of like the suicide rate is high
Yeah.
in Japan, is because like everything
I
works.
think it's the highest in the world.
Yeah, it's between them or South Korea. I can't remember. But so I know South Korea is relatively high too, because it's relatively like similar. Like there's pressure,
Yeah.
but like Chinese people really feel like, oh, you messed up at work, and go home, get some rest. Like they're all about get rest, right?
Yeah.
Drink hot water, get rest. Like we make a joke out of it. Like there's like this crazy magical
And
element
one more
in
thing is
hot water.
KTVs, you know?
Oh.
If you have a little bit money, you are in KTV.
Oh yeah, the KTVs.
KTV culture
so please
in
explain
China.
what a KTV
Oh,
is.
dude. KTV culture in China, it's like, I don't know, it's like,
So a KTV is a karaoke room
oh,
that
dude.
you can book, and there's many different types of KTVs. There's a KTV that I can get by myself. There's KTVs at now shopping malls, like a little booth you can get into, and it's karaoke, right? It's a karaoke, and you can do that. You can book a room with you and your friends, and I don't know exactly remember how much it is, depending on like an affordable KTV. It's like 20-something beers and like a fruit tray for around like 400 or 500 kwai, something like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it's fun to go with like friends and like have some drinks and sing. And they have a big selection of foreign songs. Like they've got all the perfect get trash and sing songs, like "Living on a Prayer" and what's that? Somebody once, Smash Mouth, All Star. And Korean KTV culture is insane, but there's like not Korean, Chinese KTV culture is insane. You're right.
No doubt.
And it gets higher too. Like there's higher levels to it. Like that's just like the bottom of it.
You know, the influence of KTV culture in China increased the ability of singing of Chinese people so much.
Really?
Yeah. I can tell you that every Chinese person, everyone, they can sing a song. Every one of them.
Really?
Yeah, they can sing a song. And some of them are singing so good. I mean, dude, that's pretty impressive. I love it.
What? Do they get like singing lessons? Because I know to be like a KTV hostess, you got to be attractive.
Yeah.
Whether you be a guy or a girl, you got to be attractive.
Yeah.
Right? Because I know there are guy waiters too, as much as there are girl waiters.
Yeah.
And
the guys are more expensive, as I know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me because it's more of a niche, I think, because it's usually guys who want to book the time of women, right?
Yeah.
But to have it backwards, like especially in China, it's like, oh, what? Oh. And then like to have it backwards is a little different. I think that KTV culture is, I don't know, I don't do it too much. Like I don't.
Because you're a foreigner, man. Of course, I don't do it too.
I mean, I've got Chinese friends who go to KTV every single week. And
They love it.
I'll get like messages like every week, like, yo, KTV. And like, don't get me wrong, I love KTV. But like, that's like the big thing to do. And what's the other one? Like, and at KTV, everyone's like, they're picking songs. And usually it's like, the Chinese girls always do like sad Chinese love songs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, everyone. This one's for my ex. Like, I'm telling you, and it's always like Chinese girls bring you to a dark place when you do KTV.
Yeah.
Because it's all about sad songs.
And they're crying while they're singing.
Oh yeah, it's like all the emotions that come out. All the emotions that come out of like, and a Chinese girl's life comes out at like KTV, and they just like let it out in sad music.
Yeah.
I've seen it a million times.
Yeah.
And it's always like, usually whenever you meet up with friends, and sometimes there'll be that one friend that's like, she just broke up with her boyfriend. It's like, I don't want to move away from you right now. It's just because that's another thing. When Chinese people get drunk, like, it's insane. Like, do you think?
Funny.
Yeah. Well, do you think that like foreigners being drunk and Chinese being drunk are similar?
When the foreigners getting drunk, they're crazy.
Well, yeah,
and
of course.
Too many of them are trying to fight.
Yeah, that's like when, like for me, I've met some like insane Chinese people drunk, but a lot of them,
not much.
Yeah,
that
none of them,
as foreigners,
but
you know.
they always fight each other.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Or like usually, Chinese people are generally curious of foreigners too.
Yeah.
So it's just more times than 10, and that's why I think Chinese people are like some of the coolest people, and I love being here and like hanging out with Chinese people because
No
the
doubt,
Chinese
bro.
like the Chinese friends that I've made here, it's like dope. It's
Yeah.
now you can, hey, we're gonna go have drinks at this table that my friend over here booked at this place or whatever, and you show up, and then like it's totally different to hang out with foreigners, like because you play that Chinese dice game, the Shatsa game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an essential.
That game. Oh my god.
That is an essential.
Yes.
It's like the ultimate
It's
like.
fucking the best game in the world.
Well, it's
really.
the ultimate like icebreaker. It's like if you don't know the person sitting next to you, you're gonna play the dice game, and I'll try to find a YouTube video of this dice game, and I'll put it in the description of this video, or of this podcast, so you can check it out on the YouTube version. But yeah, it's a really really fun game, and I've seen people get so trashed on it.
Yeah.
That's a big one. What was the one? The other one, the tissue one.
Tissue.
The tissue one where you like take a tissue, put it in your mouth, and then somebody puts it in their mouth, and like it's you put a piece
taking
of
the part of it, right?
Yeah, and then you the rules of the game is you take a tissue and you put it in your mouth, and like you leave like some hanging out, and the person next to you has to go over and like grab it like mouth to mouth, and then you pass it around, and then like that game is essentially like a little teeny weeny piece
Chinese drinking
and
culture.
either you kiss the person next to you,
As
or you
well
take a
as,
shot.
like, how late the
If
clubs
it's too
actually
small,
stay
you take a
open.
shot.
You know, each club is
There is a
different.
one
But like
reason
it's
that I
so
don't like
much
in this
later
game.
though. Like I mean, I explained before it's later, but
If the
it's so much later.
person right next to you is the guy,
You always see people
You should
ending
do
up-
that.
You just take a shot every
You
time.
always
see people ending up in heaven.
You just take a shot every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
man,
always see
I don't
people
have
ending
any
up in
other
heaven,
choice, you know.
Of course you have a
Usually, like,
choice. 4:30.
Be
I've been to
ballsy.
heaven
Ah,
10 times.
fuck off. Whoa.
Yeah, the other heaven, not the one right next to the clubs, the other one in Sanleytoon. That one is huge. They're
Yeah.
both pretty big, and I've been
Yeah.
there till like 9 in the morning.
Whoa.
It was oh gosh, that was a horrible night. One of the worst nights I've ever had was the night when I still worked there, and we did the Chinese New Year party.
This year?
Yeah, it was this year. Remember whenever I was like still working, because at the same time during the day I was directing that cartoon.
Dude, at that time, we were hanging out together. God.
Yeah, it was the Chinese New Year party. We were there together. I remember they were giving away iPads, and like we had to wear that red scarf thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was one of the worst nights ever.
Why?
Okay, so Chinese New Year is like a big deal here, and every night or every year they have big parties and big dinners and whatever. It's the end of the year celebration for China.
Yeah.
And every other club had their New Year's dinner before they started working. Like,
Yeah.
mind you, when you work at a club, you start at like 10:30. Like 10, I think is right when the club opens, or like 9 or something, right?
Yeah.
Approximately.
Yeah, 9 or 10, and they had theirs at like 7 or 8 before the club opened.
Yeah.
But D1 decided to be fucking geniuses and do it after the club was closed. So it's like 5 in the morning, and I haven't slept in like 2 or 3 days because I'm exhausted because I'm still doing this cartoon during the day, right? And I keep texting, Big Boss, and I'm like, dude, I fucking go home. Like, is there any? You need to stay. This is a company thing. And I'm like, dude, I do not care. It was just so and like at that
But still,
point,
you were sleeping at
dude,
that
I was
ceremony.
passed out. Like, we were just so tore up and like fucked up that night.
Uh.
And like even then, it's just like I'm so exhausted. I just want to go home. It's like 8:00. I'm walking up to this restaurant, and there's like I'm already drunk, and there's like grandmas like walking their dogs by, and these people that have like normal lives as business people, and I'm just here, and it's just having to drink like more.
Yeah.
It's like having to drink more. On top of that, which really sucked.
I still remember that shit.
Oh yeah,
dude.
it's horrible. I'm like trying to hold my head like, when is this over? And each syllable, I'm like, da da how, and then they go on with their speech. I'm like, oh, can I like get this on video or something? Like, I'll watch it tomorrow if you send it to me on WeChat. And that night was like super. I was like, that's the only word I can think of is horrible, because it was just like everyone was drinking so much, and then there was like a magician. The magician was there. Oh
With
yeah,
the balloons.
yeah, the balloon guy.
Oh,
So I'm sitting in the corner with and it's like February, so I'm freezing, and I have a cold. I'm sitting with a scarf, like pounding this beer and watching this magician shove balloons down his throat, going ta-da! And I'm just like, please get me the fuck home. Like I just want to go home. And that shit lasted forever. There was like bottle tricks, and somebody tried to do a stand-up routine, and like, don't worry, don't get me wrong, that shit's fantastic and wonderful, but at an appropriate time. Not like 8 in the morning and when I have to be at a studio at like 11 o'clock or like 12 o'clock or whatever. So I'm like, in my head, I'm so tired, but I'm still trying to calculate like how I'm like, okay, if I run out now, I'll have like 3 hours of sleep and I get on the cab and it's going to cost this much and that much. And I was just super exhausted. Was it like that always?
every year.
Every year it's always been. Why don't they change it?
I don't know. Welcome to China.
Yeah, where shit doesn't make too much sense.
Yeah.
Shit never makes too much sense. And that's like a really cool thing about China is like the more sense you try to make out of things, the less sense it's gonna make.
Yes.
So you just have to go with the flow. All
Yes.
right, whatever. And that's what makes it like that's what makes China so beautiful to me. Or
Yeah.
it's just like one day is totally different than the next.
Yeah.
It's like different. You will see something different. You'll see like, and that's what I love about it. And there's like a lot of people here who like complain about it all.
Yeah.
And like I'm saying it right now, if you are, I don't like the language, I'm not gonna learn Chinese, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna just go home. Like,
Fuck off.
like I don't want. If you're gonna sit there and complain about everything, then just go home. Nobody's like forcing you to be here.
Yeah.
Like it happens and that's like a lot of, and that's what pisses me off because a lot of people like in the nightlife think they have this attitude. I'm a foreigner, I can do whatever I want. And I was like, that's not how it works. And like it is kind of entertaining though to see like the big douchebag guys walk in and they're like, check out my abs, and they try to pull up their shirt and girls walk away.
Oh, dude.
Dude, I see it happen all the time. I used to see it happen all the time. You still have to have game. It's not like everyone's like, oh, you're just drowning in women just because you're foreigners. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Like even you could be the most handsome thing in the world, but nobody's gonna talk to you if you don't try.
Yeah.
And well, I take that back. There was somebody that we both know. This guy literally sat, and he's a soccer player, and he literally sat on the sofa next to this girl. Did not say a single word to her. Nothing. Next morning, he texted me, hey, the girl from last night is leaving.
Whoa.
Like, you didn't say a single word to this girl. Like, how? How? It's like, how are you so, like, perfect and magnificent in Chinese girls' eyes? Like me... You know, you have to kind of play it cool. You got to play the Chinese dice. Maybe you got to dance a little bit.
You should be funny.
And
You have to be funny.
You have to know Chinese humor.
Yes.
Like you have to make Chinese jokes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, Chinese humor and foreign humor is fucking totally different.
Super
it's really
different.
different planets. I can tell you this, really.
Oh, yeah, and
And
like
you should know it.
Chinese people love when you cuss at them too.
Yeah.
When you're playing dice, you're like, "Sound blah 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 blah." They're like, oh shit, he knows cuss words. He's fucking cool. Oh, he's the man. Dude, you get like you're more of a badass if you start like
Yeah.
swearing in Chinese.
And that's what I love in Chinese people. They like it when you're speaking their language.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, they really love it.
And
And
they love it
respect
when you at least try.
Yes.
When you at least try, when you're like trying to put together, because they're trying their best with broken English,
Yes.
and you're trying your best with broken Chinese. And if you I have relationships where my Chinese is not the best, it's okay, and their English is okay, and we make it work where we will use like Chinese characters in between, maybe of like a vocabulary word I don't know in Chinese, I'll say it in English.
Chinglish.
Yeah, it's pretty much English, yeah, and it works for like a lot of people. But it's crazy seeing all ages come to the clubs too, because I've still like Chinese people, like even 60, 65-year-old people I've seen come to the clubs and party.
I've seen. Yeah.
There was one guy, and this is like 2 days after I got my new phone, and I don't even remember this night or not.
When it was.
Maybe April. I think it was April. Yeah.
Oh, come on. I don't even know what happened last
So
night.
I was partying, and we were at D1, and my phone fell. And the way D1 is like set up is there's the bar. You walk into the front door. There's the bar, and then the dance floor is like a long line.
Yeah.
And then on both sides of the dance floor are sofas.
Yeah.
And then in front of that is a big stage.
Yeah.
And so the middle part's like a metal. it's like a big metal slab, and it can get raised up. So like when it gets raised up, just so people can see the dance floor more clearly and stuff. When it gets
Yeah.
raised up, shit gets like dropped in the bottom and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so apparently I was like doing whatever, I can't remember, probably drinking, and my phone fell in there, and I had no idea. And I come back, and there's like this 65-year-old man that points to me, hands me my phone, and it's like, a drop down there, be careful next time. And I like lost my mind. It's like, dude, I will buy you a bottle of, what do you want? Bottle of water, a Jaeger, a hug, a back massage? I'll do whatever, man. And so it's crazy to see how many like much more older people too come to the clubs here.
Yeah.
Because usually it's just, oh, it's, my life is winding down. Usually when they're, 65, 7, oh, I'm too old to go to the club. My life is winding down. Usually they might get drunk. Like, old Chinese men get drunk at, like, Chinese restaurants. Or, like, they go out to the park and drink baijiu with their friends. And, like, they play that chess game. Oh, yeah.
This baijiu, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Baijiu's awesome, though. Baijiu is, like, Chinese rice liquor. And it's, like, super strong.
Yeah.
Dude, it is, like, one bottle of it can fuck you up real big time.
Yeah.
I remember seeing somebody drink it for the first time. Our Arguato, the 3 kwai one.
Yeah.
Yeah, drinking Arguato, and I'm like, I'm gonna try that. I bought it and like took a gulp of it, spit that shit out. I'm like, oh.
All the time when I'm drinking baijiu, I'm trying to not feel that smell. I'm trying to not breathe.
It smells like you can clean the floor with it.
Fuck.
Right? It's like that crazy
It smells
alcoholic...
like kind of acid, you know?
Yeah. It's like an acidy smell, but you have to drink it.
Oh.
You have to drink it.
Yes.
Because with Chinese business people, you have to drink it.
Yes.
There is a Chinese unofficial proverb called, there's always a solution at the bottom of a bottle. Depending on how much baijiu you can drink and how many cigarettes you can chain smoke is if you get a business deal or not.
Yeah.
Kid you not.
Yeah.
And I've seen it happen so many times. It's insane.
Dude, I can't even explain how much I love China and these people, bro.
Yeah, it's
this
like...
culture, it gave me so much experience and so much emotions, I love it, really. Yeah. China, I love you.
Yeah, that's been it for today. Today's episode with Mike. It's been fun, man.
Thank you.
Anything you want to promote? Get whatever social media or whatever.
Yeah, all right. Foreigners in China and foreigners who are planning to come to China, D1 Club, Beijing. I'll wait you.
He's there with the champagne bottles popping.
Yeah.
Them champagne bottles.
Fucking ocean of booze and chicks and music. Anything you want.
You could find me on YouTube. And Living China is where this is going to go up. I haven't figured out a uploading schedule yet, but I will let you know when it gets created. This will be available on all podcast platforms like iTunes and what have you.
I hope so.
Oh, I hope so too. It's been a long time coming. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Catch you next time.
Bye.